Hello, listeners. Joining you a little later tonight, but saying hello to all my fellow night owls out there, or hoot hoot. uh, just really felt compelled to read some poems. Um, I was just kind of looking through the chronicles here and found poems on the topic of renewal. And renewal is something I know I can use right now, and I know a lot of you can use right now. Just healing and really just coming back to life and finding life and peace and joy again. And I hope this helps. So I'm going to dig right in. This one's by George Herbert, and it's Who Would Have Thought? Who would have thought my shriveled heart could have recovered greenness? It was gone, quite underground, as flowers depart to feed their mother root when they have blown. Were they together, Arnold weather, dead to the world, keep house unknown. Dead are thy wonders, Lord of power, killing and quickening, bringing down to hell and up to heaven in an hour. Making a chiming of a passing bell, we say amiss, this or that is, thy word is all if we could spell. And now in age I bud again, after so many deaths I live and write. I once more smell the dew and rain, and relish versing. Oh, my only light, it cannot be that I am he on whom thy tempest fell at all night. The next one is Evolution by John Bannister Tabb. Out of the dusk of shadow, then a spark. Out of the cloud of silence, then a lark. Out of the heart a rapture, then a pain. Out of the dead, cold ashes, life again. His next one is I Am a Parcel of Vain Strivings Tied by Henry David Thoreau. I am a parcel of vain strivings tied by a chance bond together, dangling this way and that, through links were made so loose and wide, methinks for milder weather. A bunch of violets without their roots, and sorrel intermixed, encircled by a wisp of straw, once coiled around their shoots, the law by which I'm fixed. A nosegay which time clutched from out those fair Elysian fields, with weeds and broken stems in haste, doth make the rabble rout that waste the day he yields. And here I bloom for a short hour unseen, drinking my juices up, with no root in the land to keep my branches green, but stand in a bare cup. Some tender buds were left upon my stem in mimicry of life, but the children will not know, till time has withered them, the row with which they're rife. But now I see I was not plucked for naught, and after in life's vase of glass set while I might survive, but by a kind hand brought alive to a strange place. That stock thus dying will soon redeem its hours, and by another year, such as God knows, with freer air, more fruits and fairer flowers will bear, while I droop here. This next one is A Death Blow is a Life Blow by Emily Dickinson. A death blow is a life blow to some, who, till they died, did not alive become, who, had they lived, had died, but when they had died, vitality began. This next one is by E. Cummings, titled, I Thank You, God, for Mostest Amazing. I thank you, God, for mostest amazing day, for the leaping, greenly spirits of trees, and a blue tree dream of sky, and for everything which is natural, which is infinite, which is yes. I who have died am alive again today, and this is the sun's birthday. This is the birthday of life and of love and wings and of the day, great happening, illuminably earth. How should tasting, touching, hearing, seeing, breathing, any, lifted from the know of all nothing, human merely being, doubt unimaginable you? Now the ears of my ears awake, and now the eyes of my eyes are opened. Let's see. This next one is Shadows by D.H. Lawrence. And if tonight my soul may find her peace in sleep and sink into good oblivion, and in the morning wake like a newly opened flower, then I have been dipped again in God, new created. And if, as weeks go round in the dark of the moon, my spirit darkens and goes out, and soft strange gloom pervades my movements and my thoughts and words, then shall I know that I am walking still with God. We are close together now, the moon's in shadow. And as autumn deepens and darkens, I feel the pain of falling leaves, and stems that break in storms, and trouble and dissolution and distress, and in the softness of deep shadows folding around my soul and spirit, around my lips, so sweet, like a swoon, or more like the drowse of a low, sad song, singing darker than the nightingale, on to the solstice and the silence of short days, the silence of the year, the shadow. Then I shall know that my life is moving still with the dark earth, and drenched with the deep oblivion of earth's lapse and renewal. And if in the changing phases of man's life I fall in sickness and in misery, my wrists seem broken and my heart seems dead, and strength is gone and my life is only the leavings of a life, and still among it all snatches of lovely oblivion and snatches of renewal, odd wintry flowers upon the withered stem, yet new strange flowers, such as my life has not brought forth before, new blossoms of me, then I must know that still I am in the hands of the unknown God. He is breaking me down to his own oblivion to send me forth on a new morning, a new man. Let's see. Well, we have this last one by Algernon Charles Swinburne, and it is titled Hertha. I am that which began, out of me the years roll, out of me God and man, I am equal and whole. God changes in man, and the form of them bodily, I am the soul. Before ever land was, before ever the sea, or soft hair of the grass, or fair limbs of the tree, or the flesh-colored fruit of my own branches, I was, and thy soul was in me. First life on my sources, first drifted and swam, out of me are the forces that save it or damn. Out of me man and woman, wild beast and bird, before God was I am. Beside or above me, naught is there to go, love or unlove me, unknow me or know. I am that which unloves me and loves, I am stricken, and I am the blow. I the mark that is missed, and the errors that miss, I the mouth that is kissed, and the breath in the kiss, the search and the sought, and the secret, the soul, and the body that is. I am the thing which blesses, my spirit elate, that which caresses with hands uncreate, my limbs unbegotten that measure the length of the measure of fate. By that thing thou know, looking Godward to cry, I am I, thou art thou, I am low, thou art high. I am thou, whom thou seekest to find him, find thou but myself, thou art I. I the grain in the furrow, the plough cloven clod, and the ploughshare drawn thorough, hast thou known how I fashioned thee, child in the ground? Fire that impassioned thee, iron that bound, dim changes of water, what thing of all these hast thou known or found? Canst thou say in thine heart, thou hast seen with thine eyes, with what cunning of art thou hast wrought in what wise, by what force of what stuff thou wast shapen, and shone on my breast to the skies? Who hath given, who hath sold it thee? Knowledge of me. Hath the wilderness told it thee? Hast thou learnt of the sea? Hast thou communed in spirit with night? Have the winds taken counsel with thee? Have I set such a star to show light on my brow, that thou sawest from afar what I show to thee now? What have ye spoken as brethren together, the sun and the mountains and thou? What is here, dost thou know it? What was, hast thou known? Prophet nor poet, nor tripod nor throne, nor spirit nor flesh can make answer, but only thy mother alone. Mother, not maker, born and not made, though her children forsake her, allured or afraid. Praying prayers to the God of their fashion, she stirs not for all that have prayed. A creed is a rod, to go straight in the strength of thy spirit, and live out thy life as delight. I am in thee to save thee, as my soul in thee saith. Give thou as I gave thee, thy life, blood, and breath, green leaves of thy labour, white flowers of thy thought, and red fruit of thy death. Be the ways of thy giving as mine were to thee, the free love of thy giving, be the gift of it free. Not as servant to lord, nor as master to slave, shalt thou give to me. O children of banishment, souls overcast, where the lights ye see vanished, bent alway to last, ye would know not the sun overshining the shadows and stars overpast. I that saw where ye trod the dim lights of the night, set the shadow called God in your skies to give light. But the morning of manhood is risen, and the shadowless soul is in sight. The tree many rooted that swells to the sky, with frondage red fruited, the life tree am I. In the buds of your lives is the sap of my leaves, ye shall live and not die. But the gods of your fashion that take and that give, in their pity and passion, that scourge and forgive. There are worms that are bred in the bark that falls off, they shall die and not live. My own blood is what stanches the wounds in my bark. Stars caught in my branches make day of the dark, and I worship the suns till the sunrise shall tread out their fires as a spark. Where dead ages hide under the live roots of the tree, in my darkness the thunder makes utterance of me. In the clash of my bows with each other ye hear the waves sound of the sea. That noise is of time, as the feathers are spread, and his feet set to climb through the boughs overhead. And my foliage rings round him and rustles, and branches are bent with his tread. The storm winds of ages blow through me and cease, the whirlwind that wages the spring wind of peace. Ere the breath of them ruffles my tresses, ere one of my blossoms increase. All sounds of all changes, all shadows and lights, on the world's mountain ranges and stream-riven heights, whose tongue is the wind's tongue, and language of storm clouds or earth-shaking nights. All forms of all faces, all works of all hands, in unsearchable places of time-stricken lands, all death and all life, and all rains and all ruins, drop me as sands. Though sore be my burden, and more than ye know, and my growth have no guerdon, but only to grow. Yet I fail not of growing, for lightnings above me or death worms below. These too have their part in me, as I too in these. Such fire is at heart in me, such sap is this tree's, which hath in all sounds and all secrets of infinite lands and of seas, in the spring-colored hours, when my mind was as maize. There break forth of me flowers by centuries of days, strong blossoms with perfume of manhood, shout out from my spirit as rays. And the sound of them springing, and smelt of their shoots, was warmth and sweet singing, and strength to my roots. And the lives of my children made perfect with freedom of my soul were my fruits. I bid ye but be have need not of prayer. I have need of you free as your mouse of mine air, that my heart may be greater within me, beholding the fruits of my fare. More fair than strange fruit is of faith ye espouse. In me only the root is that blooms in your boughs. Behold now your God that ye made you to feed him with faith of your vows. In the darkening and whitening abysses adored, with dayspring and lightning for lamp and for sword. God thunders in heaven, and his angels are red with the wrath of the Lord. O my sons, O too dutiful towards gods not of me. Was I not enough beautiful? Was it hard to be free? For behold, I am with you, am in you and of you. Look forth now and see. Lo, winged with the world's wonders, with miracle shod, with the fires of his thunders for raiment and rod. God trembles in heaven, and his angels are white with the terror of God. For his twilight is come on him, his anguish is here, and his spirits gaze dumb on him, grown grey from his fear. And his hour taketh hold on him stricken, the last of his infinite year. Thought made him and breaks him, truth slays and forgives, but to you as time takes him, this new thing it gives. Even love the beloved republic that feeds upon freedom and lives. For truth only is living, truth only is whole, in the love of his giving, man's pulstor and pole. Man, pulse of my center, and fruit of my body, and seed of my soul. One birth of my bosom, one beam of mine eye, one topmost blossom that scales the sky. Man, equal and one with me, man that is made of me, man that is I. I hope you enjoyed these poems on renewal, and may your spirit and your mind and your body be renewed. Just as we continue to grow in love and in peace this holiday season. I look forward to joining you next time. Until then, please take care of one another and yourselves. Good night.